There's another part of the way that Bumrah bowls, apart from the fact that his incredibly flexible lower back and then his incredible braced front knee allows him to bowl from closer to the batter than most other bowlers. And it's the sheer amount of revs that he generates on the ball. We normally associate revs with spinners. Spinners get top spin on the ball, get the ball to loop up and drop and bounce. Bumrah generates incredible amounts of backspin on the ball. All great fast bowlers do that. Glenn McGrath was probably the best when I was growing up at that last minute wrist flick to get the ball backspinning off his fingers. But Bumrah, I think, has taken that to a whole new level. He generates so much backspin on the ball. He can get the ball to slam hard vertically into the pitch. Essentially, the ball just drops. That generates a huge amount of bounce because the ball is coming in at a steeper angle, therefore has to go out at a steeper angle. On average, he gets 5 centimetres more bounce from a good length delivery than any other fast bowler. What does that mean? Is that a big number? Well, yeah, because if you take the maximum length allowed bat and handle per the ICC rules, 5 centimetres is 10% of the blade. So essentially that's the minimum amount by which the ball is hitting higher on the bat than you think it's going to, or than other competitors are getting the ball to hit you. That is obviously the difference between timing the ball, mistiming the ball, between a very solid connection out the middle and one that rattles the splice. That backspin also means that when he bowls full, the opposite of the spinner getting loop and drop happens. So where a really good spinner is able to get the ball to loop up and trick the batter into thinking they're playing a half volley when actually what it is a length ball that might turn and bounce, Jasprit Bumrah is able to trick the batters into thinking that it's a half volley, but then it keeps coming at them and it's a Yorker and they've got to dig it out or risk losing their toes, their stumps, their dignity, or all three. But again, Jasprit Bumrah has been playing international cricket for a very, very long time now. These aren't tricks. If they were tricks, he'd have been found out. This is a guy who is in absolute command of his action, has maximised the unique abilities that he has got. You'll have heard that story, and I've had this confirmed by somebody who's writing a book about Jasprit Bumrah, of him bowling balls inside his house growing up in Ahmedabad to hit the junction between the floor and the skirting board perfectly so as not to wake his sleeping mother. That's how he's so accurate, because he's been doing it in practice even when he didn't really know he was practicing. But all of those things, the fact that he's got an unusual action, the fact that he knows exactly how to maximise his unusual action, the fact that even though he's only got one type of slower ball and everyone knows what it is, batters still can't play it. The fact that batters know all of this and that Bumrah knows batters know all of this mean that Jasprit Bumrah is simply better than you.